It's definitely like the calm before the storm. The week after you've opened a show, but you've got a whole second weekend of shows coming up. Ooh, rough. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before anyone asks, my hair received a little bit of extra attention today because it is done and ready for the second weekend of Titanic. Our first show back is completely sold out, which is exciting, and the gentleman who plays my co-star will not be there this night, so we have his understudy. So as an actor, you get used to doing various scenes and telling a story with a specific set of people, so the fact that we're switching this out to a sold-out audience makes it a little bit more of an exciting challenge. I'm a little bit more nervous just because I don't know what's going to happen, but who knows. Alright, I have been putting off this topic for so long. I've been trying to document as much of this series as I can in terms of like life events and how I'm responding to them and things going on and the progression in which they're going on. But this is a topic I really didn't want to bring up at all. It's kind of controversial, no two people are going to give the same advice, and it's just kind of a touchy subject. And I am talking, of course, about the subject of health insurance. I figure the best way to go about this is just tell you guys my story, showcasing my experience with this so you guys can learn from my mistakes. Really quick, if you have not already done so, go ahead and click the little red subscription button down below. I also have all my social media handles down in the description box. I know some people had been asking if I had like an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what have you. They are all listed down below in the description box. But without any further ado, let's just get this topic out of the way. Let's back up a few weeks ago where I explained how I was laid off. We all know that story. If you've missed it or you're new here, I'll link it above in the cards. No need to jump back into that. Essentially, I was given no paperwork in this exit interview. The last thing my company rep asked of me was, do you need anything from us? And I was in such a state of shock at this point of time. I really didn't know anything about the situation. I, at this point, assumed layoff meant fired. I knew nothing, like really nothing. So in my state of shock, I said, no, I don't need anything. And I just went down the hall to pack up my things and evacuate the premises in the 45 allotted minutes they asked of us. Since that eventful day, I have learned there are many things you should ask for. In the event you don't get any paperwork and your representative asks, what do you need from us or what can we give you upon your exit? My good friends who work in HR outside of this office stated, if you are laid off and leaving a job, you need to demand the following. 1, the statement of the end of benefits and a statement of being laid off. Essentially, you need in writing, you are going to lose your health insurance and or benefits, that you are losing your job through a layoff that is no fault of your own. Myself did not know I needed those two things at all. I just evacuated the premises and went on my merry way. I actually got an email from a friend in HR that said, Kristen, without those two statements, you are not eligible for open enrollment. That part I did know. I did know there's only so many times in the year that you can enroll for health insurance, but I didn't know how it was going to work in this situation. Long story short, leaving my office without that paperwork was a huge hassle and headache to email back and forth with HR and people in the office and ask for those two documents. It was a lot of emailing back and forth, a lot of explaining, you know, I'm trying to go to my healthcare website, which is a beast in itself, but I can't even see what my options are without those two documents. Email after email after email. And finally, I can say this part, 7 days before my health insurance is due to end, I finally got both documents. Got them, it all worked out. There's a happy ending to this story. Going back to those emails, other things to consider in an exit interview are the following questions. Can you cash out your paid time off and your vacation time if you obviously haven't used it? How long is your severance package? Get that in writing. That is something else I didn't do, and my parents and my friends all said, Kristen, if payday comes and you don't get a paycheck, it's your verbal word against their verbal word. There's nothing in writing. So get your severance package in writing and then ask for COBRA options. COBRA. That is definitely a new word in my millennial vocabulary. I really do feel like I should title this like things I didn't know that I now feel stupid I didn't know, but you live and you learn, and then you make videos on YouTube so that you can live and learn through my mistakes. Essentially, it's a program that gives you the option to continue the health insurance and benefits package that your job was giving you, but now you pay the full 100%. And while I cannot say the exact number that I would have to pay, the company I worked for was in the healthcare industry, so our health insurance packages were really nice. And for me, single, no illness, no pre-existing conditions, it would have cost me over $650 a month to continue their health insurance, but have me pay for all of it. So long story short, Cobra was not an option. What I did do was find a representative, somebody who was not trying to sell me a health insurance plan, that would just sit down with me and explain to me my options, what choices I have, and what would best suit me for the time being. To be completely honest, I had no idea how to find this type of representative. My mom had a friend of a friend of a friend who knew someone, and I got their contact information, sat down, and the first thing he told me before choosing anything else, I have his email too because I've just collected all these emails. Kristen, before we choose your plan, please consider the following. Make sure you know all your options. Everyone's going to be selling you a plan. Make sure you get the facts. Number 2, he said, as helpful as your friends and family are in this situation, it is nice to speak to a professional. While your family and friends will give you a plethora of good and useful advice, it can most likely leave you in like this ocean of unknown. And like what might work for their family might not work with your family. And lastly, he wrote, take your time if possible. Decide what plan best suits you and your family. And I wanted to share those 3 with you because the second I read those, I knew I had contacted the right person. I literally sat down with him at this desk. Oh, by the way, welcome to my office. This is my home office. I've literally been here since 5:30 this morning, answering emails, getting filming and side hustle work done. Sorry, off topic, jumping back. I sat down with this man over the phone. He emailed me my options. I was able to follow along on my screen what he was seeing. It took about 40 minutes, but we found me a plan that was affordable. It was able to suit my needs for somebody that rarely goes to the doctor. I didn't need, a big hefty plan with all the bells and whistles on it. I just needed something that would, give me coverage if something catastrophic happened. Anyway, I hope this video wasn't just me rambling and showing you how much of the real world I didn't know, but I did want to share it with you. I know it's been a long time coming. I know health insurance is something a lot of you guys have been asking about, along with all your other questions on how I'm dealing with this and how life is changing at this time, but I wanted to share this. If this even helps one person, that it was worth showing you how little I knew about Cobra and health insurance. It's just something that was always, provided and explained, and I feel like I'm not bad-mouthing anybody where I used to work, but I feel like this could have been explained in an exit meeting. Because again, I did not hear about Cobra until the week that my insurance and benefits was going to go away, and I heard about it in a letter delivered to my home. It was never actually discussed with me at my exit interview or meeting. I'm not really sure what to call that situation. But anyway, if you ever find yourself in a situation similar to mine, know that you have every right to ask for those documents. Ask to get your severance in writing. Ask to get, when you're going to lose your health insurance, how you're losing your job. Those are all things I was told through my friends in HR. I was told those are legal things they have to give you. You must have those. Actually, in speaking to my friends who work in their respective HR companies, they let me know that it is actually illegal for a company to not supply an employer who is being laid off any of that paperwork. They need to give you, in writing, how you're losing your job, when your benefits are going away, are you receiving severance, are you going to cash out your paid days off and vacation. You need all of that. Had I known, when I got that question, Kristen, is there anything we can get you before you leave? I would have had all of that ready to go. I would have demanded and asked for all of it. So when I left the office, when I, walked off the property for the last time, I would have had everything I needed and avoided the 2 to 3 weeks of constant email, phone call, talking, he said, she said, do you have that paperwork, do you not? It was just a headache, and if this video helps you avoid that headache, then it was definitely worth talking about. If you yourself have been through any similar situation, please let me know down below in the comment section. If there's anything I'm missing or you think I should know or anybody else who might go through this should know, also please continue this conversation down below in the description box. With that being said, I do want to thank you guys for all the support. It has been phenomenal, completely unexpected. Thank you for the gifts, the cards, everything. It has definitely not gone unnoticed. I've noticed every message, every comment, every email, every letter. If you do send a letter, do expect to have a return letter from me. I will send them. I handwrite them and send them. For those asking on other ways to support this channel, I am an affiliate with Amazon. So if you or anybody you know would like to support this channel and you already shop on Amazon, it costs you no extra money to click my referral link down below in the description and do all of your Amazon shopping. What happens is you don't pay any extra. I think it's like 4 or 5% of Amazon's profits go to supporting my channel. So if you know anybody that would be interested, the link is down below. I think it says shop with us on Amazon and support the channel. It is listed down there. I do have a Patreon coming. Again, I know I've been asked by 3 or 4 people how that works, but again, I never expected to have a Patreon or know how that works. So that is coming soon as well. Other life updates really quick. Side hustles have been going really well. It is audition season. I think I just finished my last 2 auditions for the season. The most recent came the Sunday after opening Titanic. So I did a Thursday night preview, a Friday night show, a Saturday night show, and a Sunday matinee. Finished that matinee at 5 o'clock, drove across town and did an audition for the musical Annie at 6 o'clock. So we'll be hearing about that in the future. That could very well be the next project. And I am music directing at one of the high schools that you saw in my last vlog. I'm casting Beauty and the Beast with a very good and talented creative team. I guess other things, I'm finishing Titanic this weekend. I am training for a 10K as well. That is what I decided to do with my gym time because I kind of felt, you know, unmotivated, like I didn't have a purpose to be at the gym. I was just there. So I'm now training for a 10K using the Couch to 10K app. And a thank you to my sister Katie and my future brother-in-law Luke. They sent me a coffee grinder because I'm going to try to go to Starbucks a little less. I will still be using all the gift cards you guys sent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But on the weeks that I maybe have to do a no spend and don't want to use any Starbucks, or I'm just trying to, you know, make all my meals at home, they got me a coffee grinder. I've never had a coffee grinder before. I have a French press and now a coffee grinder. Anyway, you guys, this video is far too long, but I wanted to get all this out there, let you know my experience. Let me know if you have anything to contribute down below in the description box, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!